Is INFP a late-blooming personality? Let me use myself as an example. This year, I turned 30. Before the age of 20, my life was incredibly isolated. Due to extreme introversion and low levels of socialization, I rarely participated in group activities and didn't learn how to interact with the world. On top of that, emotional neglect from my parents left me with zero ability to handle social situations. I didn't understand how the world worked. Looking back, it feels like I was living in a giant bubble of my own making. From 20 to 25, I was forced to integrate into small social circles. I felt out of place, misunderstood, and refused to seek help, choosing instead to process my pain alone. My emotions built up to the point of exhaustion or depressive episodes. During this period, my emotions were turned inward, and I still hadn't learned to leverage external support. The silver lining was that I pushed myself onto higher platforms, observing others, reading, and starting to understand myself. I began to gain a bit of self-awareness, though I remained self-conscious, pessimistic, and unable to manage my emotions. From 25 to 30, I went through a transformation. I entered higher social circles and observed different ways of handling matters and cultural differences. I tried to imitate how others managed things. When problems arose, I stopped blaming myself and started seeking help, releasing my emotions. I gained a deeper understanding of my strengths and weaknesses. By continually balancing the differences between my inner and outer worlds, I improved myself. I accepted who I am, and my emotions no longer surged like they used to, they dissipated quickly. I began to appreciate myself and engage with the world. I started leveraging my strengths and seeking support to compensate for my weaknesses. After 10 years of observation, I gradually understood how the world works, who I am, my role within groups, and how to face the world and myself. I am very much looking forward to turning 40. It took me until 30 to overcome emotional turmoil and truly accept myself, no longer struggling to be someone else.
From my perspective, most INFPs are actually quite precocious. However, they start facing challenges in middle school. On one hand, their innate need to internally understand the reasons behind doing something can lead to conflicts with authority figures like elders. On the other hand, they find it difficult to integrate and clearly express the complex emotions that begin to arise within them, making it hard to fit into groups. As a result, they might find themselves at odds both at home and at school. Adding to this is the heavy focus on science subjects starting in high school, which can shatter an INFP's confidence in their intelligence. They often rely on their talents in literature and the arts to get by, leading to a personality that is both proud and insecure. From middle school to around the age of 30, INFPs experience significant internal conflict and emotional exhaustion. However, because they spend so much time during this lengthy period contemplating various aspects of life, family, friendship, love, career, they actually encounter fewer difficulties later on. INFPs spend so much time getting to know themselves that they become adept at using their strengths. It's like sharpening a tool before chopping wood. They end up being more effective and can better utilize their advantages, making things easier for themselves as they grow older. INFPs are primarily driven by their dominant function, introverted feeling FI. This means their life challenges and experiences are shaped and created by FI. For an INFP, nothing surpasses the internal values they set for themselves. Concepts like morality, love, personal feelings, and dreams hold supreme importance if they are the pillars of meaning that an INFP establishes. An INFP is willing to sacrifice anything for these ideals, even their own life, to achieve a sense of completeness and preservation of what they perceive as the essence of life. INFPs may experience periods of confusion, but once they solidify this core concept, they truly spread their wings and embrace their unique soul. Especially for 4W5 INFPs, their ultimate purpose in life is to explore their true self. For them, the self is fluid and deeply contemplative, and they spend a lifetime on this journey of self-discovery. If they fail to find it, For W5 INFPs can fall into an unknown sense of loneliness and fear, like a child who has lost a beloved toy. The essence of an INFP, centered around love and dedication to their lofty beliefs, remains constant. Throughout their journey, INFPs continually redefine and break down their self-perception. Their growth and hardships are distinct from worldly and practical challenges. They are driven by external stimuli and reflection, leading to a reorganization of their thoughts and emotions. INFPs live in an inner world, where external realities are merely reflections of their internal experiences. For INFPs, imagination, contemplation, and emotional experiences hold more significance than the cold realities of the outside world. In essence, an INFP's growth involves questioning and integrating their inner self, with external pressures serving only as triggers rather than the entirety of their existence. Even if the external world remains unchanged, an INFP will undergo a transformative rebirth if their emotions and beliefs are shaken or evolve. Self-awareness, introspection, and self-propel are hallmarks that perfectly define an INFP. A Type 4 INFP excels in and enjoys exploring themselves. To them, the self is like an unfathomable pool of water, with a core that shines with mystery and dedication. Exploring this pool represents their journey of self-discovery and appreciation towards a divine light. FI is a rational function. How can it be rational when it emphasizes inner feelings? This ties back to the purity and consistency of INFP's beliefs. Their obsessive dedication to their own values is a form of intensity. Under this intensity, INFPs strive to rationally understand their true nature. Does this align with my core values? How important is this to me? These are just a few of the many questions they ask themselves. The confusion they experience makes them cautious and hesitant amid their intensity. The tiny fragments of emotions and thoughts make their judgment slow. Thus, they build a comprehensive and stable moral system for themselves. Though the logic might seem inexplicable to others, every step is meticulously considered against their internal values. The external world and INFPs operate on different logical systems, so mutual understanding is often challenging. FI's passion and persistence fill INFPs with a sense of fulfillment and happiness. However, amidst this emotional idealism, sharp and somewhat cold logical judgments become crucial. No matter how strange, everything must fit within this unique system. Through this, INFPs discern and prioritize their true emotions and inclinations. To do what they believe is right, they must carefully discern. This is where the rationality of FI comes into play. It's like establishing the deepest skepticism to form the most reliable philosophical thought. This is the fundamental principle of an INFP.